Alright, let's get this area under here painted. Raw umber, burnt sienna, yellow ochre. And not much yellow ochre because I'm trying to keep this fairly dark here in this area. Trying to let some texture stick around, you know? We want that. I'm letting some of the wash show through. Yeah, it's not the most exciting part of the painting, but hey, without the dull bits, what allows the shiny bits to show through, right? You gotta have those two complementing each other or working with each other. Excuse me. Now, oh, that's a bit light. We'll add a little bit of raw umber and burnt sienna to it. Finicky stuff, eh? Well, that's a big square. Oh, you know, I'm not going to worry about it. It'll probably be fine by the time I'm done. Oh, got a little clumsy there. Okay, I'm gonna mix my, put a little color on my little, my new brush. I don't want to forget about re-establishing this line. That's an important one. That can come up and bend back a little bit. That's just fine with me. No problem with that. Okay, and we'll take a little more off of that. Making that trunk, you know, once we have this big split, it gets a little bit thinner up here. These, let's just say it's the type of tree that, you know, some trees, they keep a thick trunk right up to the top, and then it just blossoms with all kinds of small branches underneath the canopy. And that's what I'm suggesting here. Okay, that's the closer one, and yeah, and I don't like that line going right off. It's just reinforcing this sort of square edge that I had going here. Now we'll go to the one that's a little bit further away. And we'll make that a little lighter, so it's got a little more yellow ochre in it. Still in the shade, but not so much. Not so much in the shade. Yeah, okay. Playing and playing and playing. Trunk time. Trunk time all over again. Oh, let's see here. That's a lot of paint. See, I've got that obtuse piece there. I'm probably going to remove that. Well, paint into the trunk a little bit, rather. Yeah, that's a little dark. A little bit dark, I think. A little bit like my humor sometimes. It's a little bit dark. I know sometimes when I'm doing this, it sounds a little bit like lifting heavy objects. That's how weak I am. My knife is heavy. Excuse me. Bit of a slow go. Excuse me. You know, I guess I can go a little wider there. I don't need to worry too much about that. So yeah, that's we're ultramarine blue and raw umber. That's still what we're playing with. That trunk, might be a little dark yet, but it's okay. I can lighten it up if I need to. Some strokes are bluer, some strokes are browner, some are higher value, some are lower value. Trying to keep some variety in there. You know, that's too dark all around, which is just fine. It's kind of what I planned. I almost never get it right on, right off the bat, first try. And that is kind of an insurance policy in a way. Because if you try to nail it exactly, you'll often end up going a little too light, and then it just doesn't look as good when you go over it with darker colors. Okay, a little bit of higher value stuff here. Yeah, I'm gonna join that branch to the tree. So it's not around the back side, it's sort of around the front a little bit. Okay, we'll come here. Staying away from the blue now. Just a little shot of some raw umber and white. Catching a little bit of light here and there. Bringing more light around the trunk this time. The angle at which we are seeing these trees is different on the right hand trees than what it was from the view on the left hand trees. So you'll actually see a little more. You'll see that light travel around the trunk a little further than on the other side. Not much, just a bit. Okay, stand up, back up, have a look. Yeah, I think that's all right. It's a little high value here considering this is dark, but I can always put a stroke of a little lighter colors in here, a little lighter color in there as well, so I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, now to play on the taller one. Okay, so we have these two bits of foliage here, and I don't want them to end up looking too much like loaves of rye bread, so I need to give them a little bit of shape as I lay light on them. I think I'll use this knife for the most part. I like using this knife for small areas, but it does not flex. Like it's so small and tight, you get almost no flex out of it. So that makes it also more difficult to use. Pluses and minuses, eh? Okay. But we do know that we want some shadow. Not too much. Huh. Yes, this little thing can be a pain in the butt, actually. Okay, let me just switch back to the other one for a moment here. I'm not thrilled at all with using the other one. Takes too many strokes to do an area, and that shows in the look of the painting ultimately, you know. Okay. Let's go back to colors more along the lines of the tops of the trees here. Yeah, it's happier with that bit of cadmium orange put in. And I'm much happier using this knife for the moment. Yeah, that little knife, you know, it has been a lifesaver sometimes if you have to paint a small window somewhere or something on structure. Or even in the case of boughs of leaves like this, but this time I think no, it's probably best done with a little larger one. Okay, I'm tempted to make this more intense, but in a sense this should be somewhat toned down on this side. So let me just grab my rescue brush here, because it got a little bit sloppy right there. Okay, that's... Okay, stand up, back up, and have a look. Okay, I think that'll do for the moment. Okay, I think that's enough for the day, but I think these are okay. This bush needs a little bit of strength, not more intense red, maybe just going up in value, leaning more towards the oranges. I do like the break, I do like a little red in there, but this has become, you know, kind of almost garish, so we'll break that up. I'll play with that, I'll mature it a little bit. We have this space here. In a way, this still seems quite central. I may cut it off, cut the bottom off, and just have, you know, a branch sticking out up here. Don't know. That's going to be one of the last decisions. I'm liking this tree staying fairly dark. I might leave the entire thing in the shade, actually. You know, that gives us more drama in our focal area. Okay, it's kind of slow. It's a bit of a slog, guys. But thank you for watching. Talk to you soon. Have a good weekend.